The racing action started with the street stock race. Off the start, it was Charles Davis leading off the field with Brian Hutchinson running in second. Meanwhile, we also had a battle for third and fourth between the 12 of Josh Wilson and the 51 of Trey Grimes. They battled bumper to bumper for numerous laps. And then we had the first caution come out when the number 12 of Josh Wilson had something come out from underneath his car, and that would bring out the first caution. Then we went back green flag racing and Charles Davis continued to lead. Meanwhile, Brian Hutchinson had his hands full with the 12 of Josh Wilson battling him for the second place spot. Trey Grimes in the 51 also worked his way into the position, and it was a three-car battle for second, third, and fourth. Then on one lap, Josh Wilson went to the inside of Brian Hutchinson and was able to take second place, and he brought the 51 of Trey Grimes with him. But at the end of the day, it would be Charles Davis taking home the checkered flag, and right at the end, Josh Wilson was able to nudge out Trey Grimes, finishing second, and Trey Grimes finished in third. Next, it was time for the Modifieds of Mayhem. Off the start, the 0 of Jordan Key led off the field with the 16 of Billy Melvin right behind him. Then the number 5 of Donald Crocker worked his way into the mix, and he took second place. Then as they came up turn number 4, Donald Crocker was able to take the lead from Jordan Key. And Donald Crocker led the first lap of the race. Then a little while later, Jordan Key fell back numerous spots as the 16 of Billy Melvin took the second place spot, and third place went to the 79 of Joe Aramandia. Then the 41 of Rocky Rogers went to the inside of Billy Melvin for the third place spot, and he was able to get it from him. Then came the 131 of Jeff Letson, and he passed Billy Melvin going on to the back straightaway. Then Jeff Letson worked to the inside of the 41 of Rocky Rogers, and then the caution flag came out when the 0 of Jordan Key spun out. We went back green flag racing, and it would be the 5 of Donald Crocker battling side by side with the 79 of Joe Aramandia for the lead. They battled side by side for continuous laps until they got to turn number 1, and Joe Aramandia was able to take the lead from Donald Crocker. Then came the 131 of Jeff Letson to Donald Crocker for the second place spot, and he was able to make the pass on him. Then a few laps later, Donald Crocker was passed by the 72 of Johnny Walker for the third place spot. But at the end of the day, it would be the 79 of Joe Aramandia taking home the checkered flag, with Jeff Letson coming in second and third place going to Johnny Walker. Then it was time for the Pro Late Model race. Off the start, it was the 114 of Sterling Marlin and the 51 of Perry Bettino leading off the field. Then we had the first caution came out when the number 22 of Brandon Herbert ended up spinning out. We went back green flag racing, and it was Sterling Marlin back in the lead once again, Perry Bettino running in second, and behind them we had a side-by-side battle for third and fourth between the 26 of Chandler Smith and the 18 of Casey Roderick. The battle continued on, and eventually the red 26 of Chandler Smith was able to hold on to his spot. Then the 112 of Augie Grill worked his way into the mix as he passed the 18 of Casey Roderick. Then Chandler Smith worked his way past the 51 of Perry Bettino for the second place spot, and Sterling Marlin a few laps later lost the lead to Chandler Smith, and he would get passed by the 112 of Augie Grill. As the race continued on, we had the next caution come out when the 51 of Perry Bettino got together with Sterling Marlin, and around they went, bringing out the caution. We went back green flag racing with Chandler Smith and Augie Grill leading off the field. Chandler definitely had his hands full with Augie Grill and Casey Roderick right beside him. But then Chandler Smith had to come in because he jumped the restart, so he had to go to the back of the field. Then we had the next caution come out when going into turn number 1, around goes the 22 of Brandon Herbert and the red 11 of Jordan McCallum. We went back green flag racing with Augie Grill and Casey Roderick leading off the field. Also working his way in was the black 26 of Willie Allen. Then we had the next caution come out when around goes the 22 of Brandon Herbert once again. We went back green flag racing, and it was Augie Grill and Casey Roderick once again on the front row, and Augie Grill had the advantage. But then things got wild as Justin South and the 81 of Derek Scott Jr. almost lost it, but they were able to hold on. Then we had the next caution come out when the 21 of Jason Furrow spun out and hit the wall. We went back green flag racing, and it would be the 112 of Augie Grill and the 18 of Casey Roderick side by side once again, and they were definitely putting on a show. Then we would have the next caution come out when the red 11 of Jordan McCallum and the 51 of Zach Knowles spun out. We went back green flag racing, and Casey Roderick and Augie Grill had a great battle through lap traffic. Sometimes it would be Casey Roderick in the lead, then Augie Grill would get the lead. Things were definitely getting intense throughout the night. Then we had the next caution come out when the 22 of Brandon Herbert spun out. And before this, the 112 of Augie Grill was leaking oil, so he had to go back to the back of the field. So this time, Casey Roderick started alongside the 26 of Willie Allen. Then as we went into turn number 3, we had the next caution come out as around goes the 112 of Augie Grill. The night was definitely turning into a bad night for this man. We went back green flag racing with Casey Roderick and Willie Allen side by side on the front. Casey Roderick would eventually get the lead. Augie Grill worked his way past the red 26 of Chandler Smith, but then, right at the last moment, something happened to Augie Grill and his night was done. And at the end of the day, it would be the 18 of Casey Roderick taking home the checkered flag, with second place going to Chandler Smith in the 26 and third place to Derek Scott Jr.